Network Entertainment.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello, everybody. Sabihin mo yung catchphrase niya.
Wacky-doo.
May
Yun.
catchphrase kasi siya.
Yeah, and I'm sick of doing it. I did it as a joke once, and people just keep saying, "Saan na yung intro? Saan na yung intro?" Tapos they just called me Wacky-doo. Yeah,
May isang time na parang dinrive by wacky-doo siya ng isang tao.
Nakamotor siya. Tapos biglang Wacky-doo. Tapos I don't know this guy. And he knows where I live now. So,
What if people don't think it's an intro when they think it's your name?
yeah, that's what people do. Like, they don't know my name.
Totoo.
And they just call me, "Oy, Wacky-doo." And it makes me sick.
Sa yung TV5 signal show ko, parang may mga parating may comments na, dali mo si Wacky-doo. Parang may pangalan siya, guys.
Yes.
Sabihin mo man lang. Anyways, guys, guest pala natin, Direct Pepe Diokno. Siya ang nag-imbento ng GOMBURZA.
Ako talaga.
Dati walang GOMBURZA.
Wala. We made it up.
We made it up. Alam na parang naisip niya parang, mahilig mga Pinoy sa puns. So, gawa tayo ng hero na pun-based. Diba? GOMBURZA was... Alam mo, yun yung unang stupid thing na itatanong. Who coined it na, sila yung GOMBURZA?
I actually don't know, but I think in Rizal
wrote it, diba?
Yeah,
GOMBURZA.
Yeah, he did.
As that.
Yeah.
So, do you think na... So, ibig sabihin, people were addressing them as...
There's a term for that, no? Yung parang mga names that you put together and then...
Portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
Yeah.
Parang Katniel, mga ganun.
No.
Para silang love team.
They were not,
Sorry.
the
Yun ang
original
unang
love-
love team.
Parang sila-
Truffle sila, truffle.
Sinaunang hashtag GOMBURZA.
Yun nga eh. So, I guess nung ginamitan ni Rizal yun, I'm pretty sure, I'm sure hindi naman niya kinoin yung term na yun, di ba? Or...
I really don't know, but I think he was one of the first writers to really give them attention.
Okay. Yeah. So parang siya yung naka-discover sa kanila, parang ganun.
Basically, he tweeted about them
He
first.
tweeted about them first. Kasi doon ako parang, doon ako nag-grab, of all the lessons na nakita ko sa film na yun and everything, doon ako nag-grab kasi akala ko, they were GOMBURZA because they were like a pack. Like parang grupo sila na...
Like NWO?
Parang ganun. Something like that. Like...
Parang, sino yung Hulk Hogan sa kanila?
Para silang The Shield, di ba? Parang ganun. So...
I was gonna say Destiny's Child or
exactly.
TLC. Ganun.
That would be a better reference. Sorry. Incel kami. So wrestling ang reference namin. Pero... So akala ko parang put together na sila. Tapos parang I was watching the film, di ba? And then, noticing na yung dalawang pare, tight sila. Parang affiliated sila. And then one guy was just randomly thrown
because of a card game.
Because of a card game, di ba? So parang, they're not a group? Parang ganun. So, ewan ko. Parang, is that how really?
Yeah, no, that's what's one of the first things that surprised me and shocked me about it. Na parang, si Zamora hindi talaga, was not part of that clique or whatever you call it.
Oh, shit.
He really was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He really did get arrested because they found a note in his house that said, magdala ka ng bala at Pulvora. And that was referring to gambling.
Yeah.
And got arrested for it.
Oh my God.
That's
Nan-trash talk lang siya eh. Yun yung nangyari din, di ba? Nan-trash talk lang siya, di ba? He had like a note na parang ginagago niya yung kakalaban niya or something like that. Oh my God.
What I love rin about the film, once na nahuli, he basically remained catatonic.
Hindi siya honorable eh, no?
Tangin na bakit na.
Wala siyang para sa bayan moment sa dulo.
Sobrang shocked lang niya eh.
No, but I think it's the most human reaction also.
Actually, exactly.
I think that's how I would react, to be honest. And that's what we've found in the historical accounts. That's how he ended up at his final moments.
I was like, dahil bobo ako sa history. So, nung nakita ko na parang nag-transpire na yan, parang si Gomez tsaka si Burgos parang nag-uusap-usap na sila, di ba, and everything. Tapos Zamora out of nowhere na parang, sinitignan ko yung relo ko, parang, how long is this film? Parang hindi pa sumasama si Zamora sa Avengers lineup. Parang inisip ko parang may awakening siya at some point.
Like yung parang may badass moment siya.
Ipaglaban na natin ang bayan. Parang gano'n, parang nope. He just gonna die.
Hard game.
Man. Pero yun yung wild dun sa side. Teka lang, may intro pa lang to eh.
Yes. May
Sorry, bano kami talaga.
May OBP pa pala. Sorry.
Before namin pag-usapan in extent yung GOMBURZA and all the other things that
Watch on
Pepe Diokno
Netflix,
is
by the way.
Watch it on Netflix. Tawag doon, we will have to do this very unnecessary OBB. And we're back.
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
ganda ng OBB. Sobrang
Ganda.
lupit eh. Oo. Sabi ni Direk Pepe parang, that's better than Gomburza. It's at 19 seconds daw.
I was waiting for the wackity-doo.
I only do it so, BB.
Okay. So I'll just pretend that.
Yeah. Tama.
Ganda.
Sobra. Okay. So, going back to the we just wanna tawag dun. Sorry I'm pretty sure meron fleshed out discussion somewhere here. Pero, si Enchong D was so good at like playing it na kasi sanay ako na parang leading man person siya. So parang inisip ko parang ito na yung awakening niya. Ito na yung kumbaga parang act 3 metamorphosis kind of thing. Na nasa kulungan siya and everything. Tapos wala. He just can't accept it. Hanggang sa dulo, di ba?
Yeah.
And yun yung akin parang ganun ka rampant, I guess, yung what it showed was like to make an example, we're just gonna sacrifice this innocent life. Parang ganun, di ba? So, that's what pretty much it, di ba? Parang yun yung message.
Yeah, well, also with Chong, I told him actually, nahiya. I told him after,
Yeah.
hiyang-hiya ako to have
give him the
offered
role.
him the role.
Oh.
Because I told him it Zamora in history, ito talaga siya. So he's not gonna have one of those heroic moments. But Chong really empathized with the role and he really committed to it. Like there were days when because we did shoot a bunch of scenes where he was there in the side but not really in part of the scene or not really having any words. But he came on set. He went to Quezon, shot a scene, and then went back. Grabe yung commitment ni Chong.
Man.
What
Pero
an actor.
sobrang important, I think, yung part na yun. Because as much as like we say na wala siyang kwentang character or whatever. Because I feel like parang doon talaga pinakita na they're just playing with our lives or something like that, di ba?
Yeah, ang ganda nga ng point mo. Like, that's how all of us would react.
Yeah, yun talaga.
Fuck, dude.
And the more na you feel like you can't believe it, mas nag-empathize ka tuloy. Hindi siya aspirational eh. Parang siya yung vulnerable. Kumbaga parang yung dalawa was like more like, superhero type or parang...
You know what I loved about that? Yung, again, it was near the end of the movie, yung garote scene. Style, hindi. I mean cinematically, like, stylistic choice ba yung rinig mo yung pag... Oh my God, it was so brutal. It was so fucking brutal.
We spent so much time on the sound of that.
Yes,
Like,
that was so good.
And it was a mixture of, I think, chains and some, I don't know what but it had so many layers.
Made me uncomfortable to watch, dude.
And the intention was, we need you to feel.
Yes.
It's like when we first sat down, we were like, we needed to be like nails scratching on a.
Dude. Oh my God, it was so uncomfortable.
Blackboard, yeah.
It was a scene na parang, alam mo yung mga times na you look away. Like, kunwari, The Passion of the Christ, yung sinascript siya.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, this is a close my eyes, look away kind of scene. Pero ito yung sa garote scene. It wasn't visually
slow and
terrible,
painful.
but yung sound was like so,
God damn it.
Man. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
It's really-
I'm so
Kasi
happy
you know,
that was effective.
Yeah, you know why? Kasi like, came into it like thinking, this might be boring. I was wrong. Because usually when you do pictures tungkol sa mga bayani, Gregorio del Pilar, si Juan Luna, mga general, 3 priests? How can you,
Pero did you know anything about them? Apart from them being killed at the same time?
So I knew that they talked shit, again paraphrasing, talked shit about the Spanish. When I was a kid, that's all I knew. They talked
ako rin
shit and they got killed for
Did you
talking
know
shit.
about Zamora being...
No, actually.
Ako din eh. Is that, is that something na parang when you consulted with the historians na parang you need to address na, Zamora is just, he's involved in this way, parang ganun.
Yeah. It was, again, a big surprise. We also worked our way backwards. From the account of the execution, we were like, okay, this is how they all reacted. Si Burgos had this whole speech about, wala kami kasalanan, bakit kami kailangan mamatay ng ganito.
Yeah.
Si Gomez had this beautiful last words about walang dahon ang pwedeng lumipad kung hindi kahilingan ng Diyos.
Oh my God.
Very poetic. And then Zamora was literally catatonic. So we had to go back and write the film in such a way that we knew that the trajectory of the characters were going in that direction. So yeah, it was
Can I ask
a surprise.
this? How was it like working? I love this man because he plays such a great grumpy grandpa, Jaime motherfucking Fabregas, baby
God,
boy.
yes.
How was he working with? Is he a cool guy? Is he naturally cranky?
Tito Jaime is
Yeah.
super cool.
Okay.
Super
Okay.
cool.
Oh, man.
No, and we pitched the film to him, and I told him that watching his performance in Jose Rizal as
Oh,
the
yeah.
lawyer of
Yeah,
Jose
yeah,
Rizal
yeah.
made me want to be a filmmaker.
Oh,
One of the
hell yeah.
cinematic moments where like I want to be a filmmaker. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy he said yes. And that scene that he has with the Governor General.
Oh my God,
grabe
they will
yan.
die as priests.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was
which
so
is
awesome.
based on fact. Kasi
talaga?
Martinez did, there wasn't this meeting between the Governor General, but Martinez did write that he would not defrock the three priests.
Oh, man. Intense nun, ah.
Yeah.
And how much of it was drammed up? I don't know what the term is. Or parang,
Kaya like, kunwari sa General Luna, I'm assuming hindi siya pinatay ng ganon. Or
Hindi
parang
ganun siya
ginawa
pinatay.
siya, yung ganong zombie levels of gore.
yeah, medyo parang
Really?
they
Yeah.
made an example out of it.
Yeah,
Ano
they
ba?
Yeah.
Andre?
Hindi, kasi ang brutal nun eh. Tumayo pa siya eh.
Hindi ko alam kung
Oh, maybe that part.
tumayo siya. Hindi ko alam kung tumayo siya. Hindi ko alam kung tumayo pa siya. Pero brutal yung pagkapatay sa kanya.
Okay.
Pero yung,
Yeah.
like, ito sa
Yeah.
Gomburza, like, would you say, like, percentage-wise, historic accuracy is...
No, we started out with what the facts are.
Yeah, okay.
And then we dramatize because a lot
That's
of the
hard.
conversations we don't have records of that.
Yeah.
But there are a few things, actually two big things that I think are the main things that we dramatized.
Okay.
The first one is the presence of Jose Rizal in the execution,
Ah, yeah. I was
Which is
gonna
a
ask
big-
about that.
yeah.
I was gonna ask about that.
which was a big discussion for us because we knew we wanted the film to end with Jose Rizal
Tama.
because that was the direct
Yeah,
effect of the
uh,
execution is
yeah.
that they inspired Rizal and Rizal wrote
Inspired the
about it
revolution,
and inspired
yeah.
the revolution. So we needed a way to visualize that, and we went, okay, if Pashano goes home and tells his son, his brother about the execution, it's not going to be as impactful
Oo nga, tama.
as him being there.
Yeah.
So we put him in the execution as a way to visualize that there was a link from
Mm-hmm.
Burgos, the three priests, to Pashano, to Jose Rizal.
Gets.
But it was also based on the fact that executions were public events at the time.
Tama.
And people of all walks of life went, they picnicked, they would watch executions, even kids. And it was literally a
Well,
public event. Thousands of people attended Luneta.
Not to sound edgelordy, but I would go if the public executions were.
I
You
think
would fucking go!
Yun yung parang naging
Wouldn't you
argument
go, Red?
ko rin. Like, kunwari, if there was no account that Jose Rizal was there, there's nowhere to prove it. But was there any account then to prove that he wasn't there? Because he was so enamored and parang inspired by it. Maybe he did go there. I mean, was he of age to go to there?
He was around, I think, 11 or 12.
Oh.
Which at the time actually was, we considered...
formative.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but we did find one account online that said he may have been, but it's not corroborated. But the thing is, with the execution, there are so many accounts and conflicting accounts. Like the one that survives, that most people cite and that we actually cite in the film is by Plachot, who's this French historian. But he was never at the execution. He had just
I
written
see.
about it through accounts that he had heard.
Okay.
But his had the most detail. Like he has the final words of
ang galing
of Burgos.
Oh my God.
He has the fact that there was an executioner who kneeled supposedly in front of Burgos. The fact that Burgos had said wala kami kasalanan, and then one of the friars sat him down and said, "Pati si Jesus wala kasalanan." That comes from Plachot.
Oh.
So, but yeah, even his account is not firsthand.
Like
Hirap.
when he did the DX, like,
Degeneration
did he also do that? Like,
No,
Degeneration X!
I wish.
He did the DX sign, diba?
Sobrang angas na kung ginawa niya yun talaga.
Hindi, he
Kung I mean, kung binaba niya, I mean.
Yeah, kung binaba. It's more of April Boy Regino.
I'm sorry, I was just joking.
No, that he didn't. I
What was,
can imagine.
what was the other, you said there was two parang major things. What was the other one?
The second one was the character of Zaldua, who was the fourth person executed. The first person executed.
Played
that
by motherfucking Ketchup
Ketchup
Eusebio.
Ketchup Eusebio,
That
pare.
guy,
He's
I'm
in
sure
everything.
I'm sure he's a super nice guy. But he plays such a great asshole.
Totoo.
Kahit yung sa Luna eh. Siya yung trumaitor sa kanya.
Oh.
I hate, even in this film, I hated him.
You know, I had seen Luna. I love Luna, but I that didn't come to mind when I casted Ketchup. And then after na lang the film was done,
Sobrang
and it was
versatile ni Ketchup Eusebio, man. Like, parang meron din siyang Asyong Salonga movie. Tapos parang may isang time na sobrang seryosong henchman siya. And then mamaya parang when they were like the big battle sa dulo, parang ang action shot niya was he was riding a bike and then and shooting people. I'm like, only ketchup can fucking pull that off.
Oh, that was a good movie though. Asyong Salonga. by,
Asyong Salonga.
Yeah.
So
Tikoy.
sorry, what was it? The other one? Kay Zaldua.
Yeah, so Zaldua was actually the fourth person executed that day.
Oh shit.
And there are conflicting accounts about who he was. Some people say he was a clerk in the.
So people didn't know.
People didn't know. There's nothing about Zaldua. Not a lot. Some people say he was a clerk. Others say like a bookkeeper or something. But his background, his family life, we don't know anything about it. So we had to sort of work him in a way that worked for the story. So we started thinking, who's this guy? This guy testified against the three priests.
Yeah.
And then we started to ask, why would he do that? Is it because he felt that he would be pardoned?
Yeah.
And because the Plashot account said that he went to the to Bagumbayan with a smirk on his face, which I didn't accept actually, because we were like, this guy.
Why would he do that?
I mean, why would you go to the Bagumbayan? You can see three people, tied up, and think you're still going to be rescued at the last moment. Didn't make sense. But we were like, okay, this guy testified against the three priests. He must have thought he was going to be pardoned, but wasn't. Doesn't that make him a fall guy? What kind of person would be a fall guy? It would be someone who doesn't have the status or the money. Because if you look at, there were 40 plus people arrested after the mutiny. Yeah. Many of them were actually exiled. And not executed. And a lot of them were the Ilustrado class.
Yeah.
Were a little bit richer. And
mas higher class sila.
Mas higher class.
Yeah.
So we were thinking Zaldua may not be part of that class. And so that's one of the things we had to retrofit or make up for the film.
One thing that I loved about the film then is yung sinabi mo, yung mga ilustrado nagdedebate. I hate all of these people. Like they seemed all so snarky.
That's the.
Estudyante mo ba talaga yung mga ito?
That's
Kasi parang wala kang natutunan sa amin.
That's
Is it a message
yun
na
yung group
keyboard?
chat.
Yeah,
Yun
yung
group
keyboard
chat dati.
warriors.
Yeah.
Yan yung mga keyboard warriors. Yan ba yun?
I'm really happy.
I love it.
I have the same feelings also about those characters.
Yeah.
The three guys were cool though. Yeah, the guys.
Yung pinaka-backers nila.
Yeah.
They're making a fort somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
Parang
This fucking
yung
weird
meeting
fort.
place nila went from like a function room into a
beach.
a riverside tent.
It's supposed to be a shipyard.
Shipyard pala, sorry.
No, but we they had names, Maximo Inocencio.
Are they based from real?
Based from real. They were, because they were named in the reports after the mutiny as being backers.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is based off of the Cavite Mutiny, a definitive history of Father Schumacher, who was a historian.
Damn, you guys really researched the shit. Pag kami narin tayo,
So the thing about them is that they were exiled. One of them eventually came back and was killed in the revolution, was executed in the Spanish
What the
Revolution.
okay. We don't hate them that much anymore.
Yeah.
Is it tawag dun? Was it hard to like kind of like set aside your own feelings for these characters and depict them like kunwari parang na-annoying naman itong pag nababasa mo yung historical accounts parang itong mga fucking backers na nakakainis sila.
It was part of the discussions we had with the actors, but at the end of the day, I left it up to them
to depict them.
To depict them, and a lot of them had actually done a lot of research on their own about their own characters. So they would come up to me and say, "Hey, I didn't know that so and so." And so they eventually ended up loving their characters. Yeah.
Pero para sa akin kasi yung those meetings that they did.
Tapos they felt they were changing things.
Yeah, yun nga sabi ko parang I think
I'm
they were doing those things. It felt kind of like uppity and snarky and a little bit. Pero I felt like parang sila yung dapat talaga mag-spark ng revolution. It can't be from the lower class, I guess. So parang I'm not sure.
Okay.
Was it that ba talaga? Parang you feel like the concept of Philippines came from ganun talagang usapan?
No, but the term Filipino came from the three priests.
Yeah.
The concept of Philippines, I would even think that's up for debate. I mean, even I think if you go further in history, like down the road, even the the decision whether to call ourselves Filipino was a big
malaki.
discussion
Yeah.
after the revolution.
Oo.
So yeah, even like we are. I mean, I think we struggled with our identity then, and we still struggle with it now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Totoo.
wouldn't say it started with them. I mean, I think we needed all classes
Yeah.
to buy into this identity before revolution could have been
Pero
possible.
parang yung naging identifier ng mutiny nila or ng
Well,
ano nila, di ba?
wasn't
Kasi parang they
Rizal-
branded themselves like last Filipinos or something like that. Parang ganun.
Can I ask a question? Like,
No, you may.
this is
May
this is
kota ka
the
na, ano.
stupid brain in me, dude. Na, kasi
Nobody's doubting it, man.
Hindi, kasi-
No worry.
like in X-Men First Class. Have you ever
Oh,
seen?
sige,
shucks.
i-compare natin ang Gumburza sa Ekman.
Wait,
Sige.
let me. This will lead somewhere.
In
Like,
front of the
Remember
filmmaker.
sa X-Men First Class, nung nirecruit nila, may re-recruit silang mutant, tapos si Wolverine pala. Wala bang scene doon sa Gumburza, kunwari may damangga si Padre Gomez. Ay, sorry ano pang pangalan mo? Andres po.
Ako nga nag-aantay ako ng masabi nila yung Gomburza eh. Para pag nabuo na sila, parang mga tatlong pare,
Ano tatawag na?
magpakilala kayo. Kami ang Gomburza.
Dan, 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 dan.
Black skinhead yung exit. In shade sila. I'm a team song. Wala na black jeans sound. Tapos pumunta sila sa...
I should have shot that for the trailer at least.
Dude, if you had black skinhead on the trailer, sobrang box office. Oh, rewind who, pare? Pucha. At least 450 million mo.
Shot.
Sayang.
Next time. Next time.
Black tayo sa
Gotta get
movie.
that
The
Kanye
sequel
rights.
with the sequel.
Well, it's not a cameo, pero na-shock ko na doon si motherfucking Piolo Pascual, pare.
Hindi, kasi siya yung ano talaga eh. Siya talaga yung main guy, di ba? Tapos na ano siya.
Tabunan.
Oh, man. Totoo yun?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's...
No, Pela
Sobrang
is
unfortunate.
Pela is
super
talaga,
unfortunate.
yeah.
Pela is one of the, I think, unsung heroes in history.
Yeah.
He was one of the proponents of the secularization movement, and unfortunately, why am I laughing? No, but
No, kasi it's so
Yeah.
unfortunate. Like parang when the Joker laughs dahil sobrang miserable na ng buhay. I guess it's that.
Yun, in that situation, malas talaga. yung
Konti
nangyari
na
sa
nga
kanya.
lang yung may ideals na ganun. Tapos binalas pa siya
Tapunan
dun.
siya.
Tapunan siya.
Yeah.
Yun lang that's how he really...
Yeah, I think if he did not get killed in the earthquake, I think he would have been one of the proponents talaga of
Oh, yeah. Oo.
of the church, and
Uh-huh.
eventually later on really would have inspired more than the generation of
Tama.
Pasiano.
Yeah.
Because it really was just that generation that he was able to inspire, Pasiano and yeah.
Oo. And
Then there's the
kasi
Buen Camino,
mabata
though
pa
he
sila
became
Rizal
a-
dun, di ba? Hindi
Yeah,
pa
bata
sila...
pa si Rizal.
Oo.
Imagine if he had taught Rizal, for example,
Yeah.
what impact he would have had.
Oo nga eh. Parang para siyang star player mo sa Gilas tas na-injure.
Hindi lang
Parang ganun
na-injure.
na-injure. Well, hindi siya na-injure.
Natabunan ng hollow block si Hanamichi.
Parang
Ano
ganun eh.
gagawin natin?
Sobrang... Akala ko nga at some point parang, papalitan niyo siguro pangalan niya kasi part siya ng Gumbuza. Kasi why would Piolo die
Yeah,
in the
why would-
first third
yeah.
of the movie?
We wanted to make it like a Ned Stark.
It was. Don't worry. It was
You know,
clearly a Ned Stark moment.
Originally, in our script, we actually had his death scene. Like we would have shot it. He was saying mass, and then
Okay.
and then the earthquake would have happened, and the
The
seeding would
debris
have
would,
fallen on him. But
That would be
we
vicious.
didn't have the budget.
Akala ko it was a creative choice.
I
So we
wish. I wish.
Maraming ganyan sa mga Filipino films, guys. Huwag kayo mag-alala. But yeah, debris falling apparently costs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's CG yan.
Pwede naman nating... Actually, pwede mo siyang irig eh. Parang ano yung... may tanong ka na naman.
Yeah.
And
I can't
but
believe
then we would have had to have insurance on Papa Peace. You know,
Tama,
very
tama.
beautiful
Oo,
face.
mahirap.
This is the money maker.
Papalitan nila dapat, babarilin lang naman siya sa ulo at some point pero hindi siya historically accurate.
So,
Okay. I'm so surprised you have so many questions.
because one
which
of my
does not progress
one of my
anything, by the way.
passions talaga was to be a director.
No way.
Like, first-
That's not true.
No, hindi.
That's not true. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not true.
First
the first time
comedian,
you're hearing
second
that.
rock star, third director.
Okay,
So,
sige.
ano yung Mount Rushmore of films? Kasi I wanted to
Oh,
know
yeah.
your origin story.
Oo nga.
Yeah.
Oo nga naman. Sorry,
Yeah.
Direk. We gotta talk about
Oh my
you.
God. Not
So you said na parang one of the scenes that made you want to be a filmmaker was dun sa was that a Marilu Diaz Abayo?
It
movie?
was. Yes.
that yung scene na yun, and then anything else that really influeed you?
Yeah.
For GOMBURZA, for GOMBURZA,
Kaya mo yan, Direk.
No, or in general.
Like,
As a filmmaker.
as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I know. Then we'll go back to that Mount Rushmore question because that's really hard.
Yeah.
I can't
it's
even
hard.
do that, and I'm not a filmmaker.
Yeah.
It's like one of those letterboxed 4 films.
Oh, ang hirap nun.
I like the Denis Villeneuve or answer to that question, which is it changes every day. Diba? So it really depends. Well, for GOMBURZA, definitely watched historical films came before it. What else? For visually, our one of our references was Macbeth of
okay.
the latest one of Denzel Washington
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
strange reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also a lot of it. I was talking to Carlo Mendoza, my
Get
cinematographer.
geeky. Let go. Let go.
Well, no, our other references were like, wait, what was it? Oh, The Crown was a big
The
one.
Crown.
For,
nga.
the church scenes,
Yeah.
and then we went into a little bit of, for some reason, The Bear.
What?
For the scenes in the school, we were like, oh, this is like weird talaga ng mga references.
I kind of get it now, I guess. Parang yung the conversation na medyo chaotic, parang ganun ba? Or
but more of like following the characters.
ah.
And then Himala also.
Oh my God, I love
Himala.
Himala.
The idea of an ending that, was one person talking in front of a crowd.
That was.
Oo nga, no? Himala nga yung ending niya, no?
Again, kasi I got into this kick of watching classic films. Like my friend Roy.
Wala siyang pera.
Yes.
Sa YouTube lang siya.
So Himala, I watched Himala, which I loved. I watched Anak. I think up until now sa Philippines.
Anak holds up, dude.
Dude,
Anak.
yes.
Oo, grabe.
Dude, yan yung Joker and Batman scene, interrogation scene natin sa Pilipinas. When nag-aaway.
Yung sa bilyaran?
Hindi, yung nag-aaway si Vilma Santos
Si Ate
tas yung
V.
anak niya. Tas
Oo
yung,
nga,
kung
yun.
di mo ako kayang tratuhin, biglang ina,
yeah.
tratuhin mo sana ako bilang tao. Tas yan yung
That's a
Joker.
very good reenactment.
Yeah. That's a Joker and Batman scene natin dito sa Philippines. Yung nasa interrogation siya. Yung,
I don't want to kill you.
what do I do without you?
Grabe yung mga
So who's the
natin,
Ate? Who is Ate V?
Ate V
Batman
is
si
the
Batman.
Joker. Batman.
Ah.
Kasi Batman plays the straight man there in that scene.
Tama.
He takes a back seat to Heath
Ang bida
Ledger.
dun si Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Sa eksena na yan. My God. Ikaw lang gumawa ng comparison
Dude,
na yan.
it's so close. It's
Pag narinig ng mga
What do you call-
letterbox people to parang, that's stupid.
what do you call that? Like yung dialogue between two people, like yung headshot. Parehas
I
yung
don't know
shot.
what's
Shot reverse.
Yeah.
okay. Wow,
There's a term.
There's a term. Grabe, Andren, ha? I'm so surprised. Wait, sorry. Let me back it up. Sa anak ba yung parang akala mo ba wala pera meron? Yun ba yun?
Oh, yan.
Oh, yun di ba? Sa
Yeah.
bilyaran nga.
Yeah.
Sino yung mga anak ni Ate V doon?
Hindi ko na matandaan.
Hindi ko na tumatanda. I just remember that scene in particular. It stuck with, like yung sa Himala when they were carrying her body through the crowd. That sticks so hard. Talaga.
Ganda nga nun. Oo nga yung last scene na parang
So good.
in front of a crowd. That is a very Himala scene. Yun yung execution nila. Yung execution nila ganoon talaga, like parang open field talaga siya in front of people.
It was Bagong Bayan.
Okay.
Somebody pointed out to us that if it was Bagong Bayan, then we
May
should have
city
seen the
dapat.
sea.
Ah.
But yes, we couldn't find a location that worked for us, so we ended up shooting in a.
May
That's not
napag-shoot-
an excuse, though. Not an
May mag-shoot
excuse.
sa dagat kasi maingay. Di ba? Yun yun
Yeah.
eh.
No, and my production designer did say that at the time there were hills also, which napatag na over through time. So,
Oh my God.
okay.
Mga Immortal, listen to the Underpaid Podcast with me, Stanley Chi, wherein we talk about work-related topics in a light manner na parang nagchichismisan lang tayo or nagkukwentuhan. Listen for free on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or kung saan ka man nakikinig ng podcast. Kita-kits!
How much of it was like, ito yung parang, hindi siya glossy question, pero it just reflects yung estado ng film industry natin. How much was it tipong, was left on the script lang because you didn't have the budget or the capacity to do it? Madami.
Marami. I would say, our first draft of the script had like 160 sequences,
Okay. And
which is a lot. And then we had to cut it down to 80.
Yeah.
But
half,
it ended up being a very good exercise because it forced us to think about what the story really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we decided that the story is not just about the three priests, it's about how this term Filipino started with them and then spread. Then it became clear to us what the thread is, and we were able to cut out a lot of.
Doon ako super
Fats.
nagulat eh. Na parang it just really came to you na nung sinabi nila yung parang when they said na Filipinos or Filipinas, parang nga no, hindi tayo Pilipinas eh. At some point in time we probably just coined the term at some point.
Yeah,
Diba? Oh.
yeah. We really did call ourselves according to our region. We were Tagalog, we were Bisaya, we were Cebuano, etc., etc.
Yeah.
We were Ilonggo, we were Ilocano,
Mm.
and we didn't have that concept of one nation.
And so kung nag-revolution sila before, they weren't really fighting for the Philippines, right? Parang,
They were maybe fighting for their own
Land,
regions,
yeah.
for their own land. But yeah,
wild, no?
wild.
Ang pinaka-wild dun sa movie na yun was, it's probably a true story. Yung gumawa siya ng sarili niyang cult kasi hindi siya pwedeng maging priest dahil Filipino siya.
Yeah.
Very good stylistic choice, by the way, to like just do it.
You made,
What do you call that?
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
yeah.
bookends.
The bookends.
That was another stylistic but also budget choice. A lot of scenes people did. No, but I really wanted it to bookend from Pule to Rizal because the line is there. That the
Yes, it's really good. Fuck.
so yeah. But
Gago, ang brutal nun, yung ginawa nilang, kala nila may anting-anting sila.
Yeah.
And they just
Yeah.
got slaughtered.
Yeah, and no, but it's a true story. Pule was from Tayabas, Quezon, where we shot. So actually, there were some locations like we shot in a bridge, which we're pretty sure Pule would have walked down
Oo
when
nga.
he was alive.
Kasi taga dun siya, di ba?
yeah, taga dun siya.
And yun yung...
But there is a Pule movie, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
No, there was a Pule.
There
movie.
was.
With,
Okay.
I think Aljur Brenicas.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hindi siya masyadong kumalat, I guess, or
Okay,
something.
yeah.
I don't know. Not as catchy as Gomburza.
Yeah.
No, but very interesting story. Hermano Pule,
Yeah.
what an interesting story.
Yeah, sobrang interesting.
Ang wild
sa
na
story.
kasi I think sometime recently parang may ganun din nag-raise na parang they felt like may anting-anting sila, they had a cult, ganung klase. I forgot what it was, pero ano na to, panahon na to ng like modern na to.
Yeah,
Until now may ganyan pa rin culture.
We put it in the last few texts of the film also
Yeah.
that the yung kasoks ng three
Yeah.
priests, the black cloth that they wore was being used by the Katipunan daw as anting-anting. So they would pass it.
So for full
And-
circle din.
Yeah.
May
Hell
ganun
yeah.
talaga tayong origin eh. May pagka tribo samba the sun type tayo na.
Parang like, napanood mo yung Pepe Saklaw?
Hindi.
Kung basically, it's an old movie and basically kumukuha siya ng
You
power
really
sa...
dive in deep on them.
So basically, nakakuha siya ng power sa anting-anting niya, which is yung bigas.
Okay.
Yung bigas siya. So yun, kung iba't ibang powers, kung inahawak niya yung iba't ibang rice grain. So alam mo kung paano siya... Yeah.
Iba yung dinorado si Nandomi.
Tapos namatay siya kasi kinain ata ng manok yung isang anting-anting niya.
Oh my God! Ang pangit ng device niya. Yeah, that's how I lost.
Yeah. Sorry.
Damn chicken.
Si Superman, nung namatay siya, ginawan siya ng bioweapon na kalaban na si Doomsday. Ito, kinain lang ng manok yung ano niya. Source of power niya.
So as a filmmaker,
Wow.
I always you are I'm just a fucking comedian. So as a filmmaker, thoughts on the greatest franchise in the whole world,
Ano?
the Fast and the Furious movies.
Actually, sorry, I have not followed the Fast. I'm sorry.
We're not airing this
Yeah.
episode.
Dude, you know why I love that?
I don't think.
Uh,
The thing is, I'm gay, so maybe that factors into it.
Okay.
Just kidding. I don't know. I'm not the target market.
I don't think-
of the Fast and
I
the
don't think it
Furious.
has a gender. Ano.
No, it does.
Talaga?
No, that's
It's
sexist. Yeah,
dude.
that's true. Yeah.
Hindi, for me,
I'm
like-
kidding. I'm kidding.
Like in the way na like I'm a Beavis and Butthead fan. Like fucking no
May
woman
kilala ako
would-
na I have some gay friends that are really into it because it's a lot of like eye candy, I guess. Noong time na
yung
eye candy pa
Anipol.
sila. Ngayon kasi hindi na. They're old. They're all old and they keep the sleeves on now.
Yeah. No, I think the last one I saw was like 2, which I really liked.
Two was still grounded.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard nga
Magnanakaw pa sila.
Dude, they go to space.
They go to space in the last movie. Yeah.
with the cars.
Yeah, the cars.
Dude, the
They had
escalation.
to be in the cars, man.
Oh, shucks.
The escalation from they were stealing DVDs sa one,
VCRs pa nga.
VCR sa one, to let's rob a bank with high-tech weaponry, pare. Grabe yung
Tapos
escalation.
naging hacker si Ludacris
Oh,
at some point.
may-ari lang siya ng talyer dati.
You learn something new. You can add to your skills. No, but yeah, the thing is, we make fun of mga franchises natin, whatever, Shake, Rattle on Roll 7, then it becomes more and more, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the same in Hollywood. They beat their franchises
Exactly.
to a pulp, and then
Fuck, yeah, I guess like I was a huge Star Wars fan, and it just got to a point na I'm so sick of Star Wars.
What's your jam? Parang what do you like watching na films?
Different things, really different things. What's the last film I liked?
That you really enjoyed. Oh, it was honestly films. Parang ang last na na-enjoy ko John Wick 4 talaga.
John Wick was sick.
Was John Wick for good?
John Wick 4 is like one of my favorite franchises. Sobrang, and I'm saying this in front of the guy who made a very nice Gomburza film. Man. How about action?
No, John Wick's good. I saw the first one. I haven't seen the other. Yeah,
It's like you don't even
Gets
need
better.
to think, pare.
Gets better.
I like those kind of things yung tipong, okay, pumunta ako dyan, I don't need to think, and then I just go out, and then kumbaga parang it calls for a day like that, I guess. Parang just shut off pwede ka mag-phone in between, and then you can still catch on with what's happening after. It's so obvious. Ikaw, like, what do you
maybe the last trying to retrace my steps. Dune 2 I loved. And
Dune
then
2.
after that, told you a while ago. Well, I also watch a lot of series. I'm watching Hacks now. What's the last film that I really enjoyed?
Nako, wala na. Sira na film industry, guys. Ayaw.
He's like us when we say like, ano yung favorite mong stand-up special recently?
Mahirap.
Mahirap,
mahirap.
Kasi you do it eh. It gets like,
I keep a letterbox just to keep track
Keep
of
track of
everything
what you
I've
watch, yeah?
seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, if you ask me like, now I have trouble remembering.
Top of the head.
Top
Give
of
me
the
like
head.
a favorite film.
We're
We're not gonna hold you on to it.
No,
Huwag ka
okay.
magalala. Pero we're gonna clip it and say, Pepe Diokno says this is his favorite film.
This is there are some films that I will watch probably once a year, which are I will watch Chungking Express once a year. I will watch Lost in Translation once a year.
Oh, okay.
And then there are films that I'll go back to every now and then. Probably Arrival, for example.
Okay.
When I just want to feel inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May mga times talaga na, yun yung masarap na. May mga, don't not watch the whole film, but a particular scene. Like ako, I have so many of that.
Oh, fuck me too.
Yung nag-away sila sa social network. Ewan ko, it's relaxing for me. Is he wired in? Mga ganun, yung part na yun.
For me, yung mga enjoyment watch yun nga yung interrogation scenes sa The Batman. Tapos yung sa Jaws. Alam mo yung sa Jaws, yung naglalasing lang sila sa boat. He's got lifeless eyes, like a black eyes, like a doll's eyes. Yeah, I love.
Ba't mo siya na-enjoy dahil nilalaman na sila rin?
Hindi, Jaws, like, when you see, like, may nagsabi sa akin na yun na the lesser you see of the shark, the more impactful it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, sobrang favorite ko yung Jaws.
It's like the monster in A Quiet Place, diba?
Yeah.
So you saw it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that. Nawala na. Na-reveal nila yung cinema secret sa akin. I'll never enjoy it again.
Oh, shucks.
Pati yung sa original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you don't see any blood in that fucking movie.
Talaga ba?
Very, very few. Like,
No. Ito ba yung kay Jessica Biel?
hindi. yung una, pinakauna. It's all just shocking.
I don't even remember that.
Kasi yung dance niya with the chainsaw nung tumatakbo na.
No, but the thing is, it's harder to shock people now.
Ito, yun nga, they've seen
versus
so many
before,
things,
right?
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you, like,
Kaya nga yung sa Gomburza, yung garote scene, doon ako
Slow,
nagulat
methodical, yeah.
para talagang, it's just in your face. They're just letting you experience
happen,
this, I guess. They're not cutting away from this.
But it was not graphic. It's the
Hindi
audio.
kayo na, hindi kayo na, the MTRCB na,
No, hindi naman.
walang blood no? Walang kahit
Yeah.
anong, it's just, I guess, choking people is fine.
like, I'm, like, you went far nga with, like, Gomburza in showing the brutal. Like, hindi ko nga rin inasahan yun sa Goyo. When I was watching
That
Goya.
there was no brutality because they
Hindi.
didn't kill anyone?
No, oh my God, natanggal yung part ng face niya. Binaril siya. Nagulat ako like, I thought it was gonna be a classic movie thing na you hear the gunshot and it just fades to black and he becomes dead. Hindi, pinakita talaga na may parts sa face niya na natanggal eh.
Feeling
I
ko
was like,
kailangan
oh, shit.
impactful yung mga ganun na.
Yeah, and it's like when in the Batman when Two-Face diba, when he revealed si Harvey Dent revealed the half of his face.
Yeah, that was so sick.
Sobrang in your face.
Yeah.
Sorry, medyo sidetrack itong podcast na to because we both have ADHD. Just wanna give you that briefing. Pero I wanna go back to anong particular loss in translation scene and arrival scene yung binabalikan mo?
Oh, okay. No, with Lost in Translation, I will really just watch it, the whole thing from start to end, and like be in Japan with Miss Scarlett Johansson.
It doesn't
get old.
depress you? Because the ending for me is kind of depressing.
It is
Bittersweet eh.
It is. But then every time I watch it, I just imagine something else that Bill Murray says. So sometimes it's other times not. No, it is depressing. And then did you also see Her? Because
I love Her.
they're parang they're
Ayaw niya yung Her eh.
And I felt like yung sobrang out of left field. Yung, again, I'm not a film. I can speak.
Nag-AI revolution.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
What do you think would happen?
It was a fucking love story and then biglang, ooh, we're transcending.
Ang ganda na ending eh.
I was like, Again, this is coming from a
I think-
non-doer
I
as a
think-
fan of lang
I
movie.
think I enjoyed that ending more than Lost Interest. Kasi yung bulong scene, nainis talaga ako pag open-ended. I'm sorry. Parang, pag open-ended, parang, no!
So, hindi mo na-enjoy ng Inception.
I was paid for this.
open-ended. They just parted ways.
Sa bagay, no?
That's
Hindi
it.
kailangan malaman kung ano yung binulong niya.
So,
or
ayaw may
something.
Inception kasi open-ended yung ending ng Inception.
Hindi, naniniwala ko sa isang thread of ending eh. Na totoo siya. The top kind of stopped at the di ba?
It was kaya a wink and a nod. It might be a dream, it might not be. Sucked.
It depends siguro sa psyche mo as a person.
I did read something about how, like, if you pay attention to the backgrounds or something, you can tell if it was a dream or not.
So it is a dream?
I don't remember what it was.
May nagluluksong baka sa likod niya.
Kwente na. Oh, yun yung telltale sign.
Did you guys see this Korean movie, Monster?
No.
If you wanna like an open-ended, if you like endings, you should watch it.
Is it a Korean movie na they do it like serious Korean movie? Because
It's a serious.
okay. Kasi
Korean
sometimes like I watch Korean stuff and then bigla na lang may silliness sa gitna. Alam mo?
Wait,
Sa
I'm sorry,
Vincenzo.
it's not Korean movie. I think it's a Japanese movie.
Okay.
Koreeda's
Parang
Monster.
my girlfriend had me watch this Vincenzo. Tapos parang it's about like ex-mafia Korean guy coming back to Korea. Tapos he's gonna parang dig out his gold at kalaban niya yung big corporation and the big corporation going up against him bit off more than they could do kasi consigliere pala siya ng big mafia sa Italy. Ruthless siya. And then there was a point in time na parang assassins were hired to kill him. And then tutuwa na siya ng baril. Like, oh my God, this is intense. Then he was saved by pigeons. So ako parang, oh my God, they go there. Parang ganun. So ako parang, grabe, ang hirap ng... Ganun sila eh. Parang they try to cram in all the genres in their piece. Ganun. So parang doon ako parang na-turn off minsan sa K-dramas and everything. But if this is like something great, I will
it's
I will
great.
watch
No,
it.
this one's great.
Is it like yung open-endedness ng The Thing ni John Carpenter? Na he could be the thing or he could not be the thing. Probably the thing.
Hindi.
Oh,
Anong
yeah,
the thing?
sorry.
It's more like this. So you follow these kids, you follow this town, and then you're really invested in the kids, and then something happens to them, and
It's a plot twisty.
kind of.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Tagal
I
na,
like that.
Tagal na, hindi na ba plot twist?
Oh, yung huling na yung kay Bruce Willis nung patay pala siya the whole time.
That's the best plot twist para sa akin.
Sixth Sense. He was dead the whole time sa Jacob's Ladder. Boo.
So what kind of films do you want to make? Is it really like historical?
Yeah.
Ganun?
Is
Or-
your next one gonna be a departure from like kasi the guy who made Her, he also made the Jackass movie. so
The guy George Miller who did Mad Max,
Yeah.
also did Happy Feet.
Yes, exactly. Ito pa, Richard Linklater ba? Did School of Rock, di ba? Parang ganun.
Oh, but School of Rock is great.
Oo nga, pero yung previous work niya is like Before Sunset or something like that. Di ba?
Yeah,
Parang ganun.
yeah.
I only know it from school.
I love Richard Linklater also. That's one of Before Sunrise, Before Sunrise, Before Sunset.
Yeah.
Before those first two films really inspired a whole generation of
Of films,
Filipino
yeah.
Filipino filmmakers.
Is it because
today.
parang, kaya namin i-shoot to?
Well, I think it's also just, we love
Yeah.
Filipinos. Yeah.
That, yun din yung parang I think hindi siya masyadong pag nagme-media con about films. They don't talk about how filmmakers make all these great things. Lalo na sa Philippines. You all make these great films under like the shittiest budget in the world. Parang ganun, di ba? Parang it's like the fraction of it. Sobrang daming diskarte involved just to do it. I mean, like, dude, they turned out to GOMBURZA, and I'm pretty sure a lot, di ba sabi mo, parang a lot of it was cut. It turned out really great, di ba?
I will say so much.
Really
Yung creative adjustments, I think, is yun yung nagiging signature Filipino style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes, with Gomburza, we had, I think, maybe half of the budget of a lot of the historical films.
Oh my
and we shot
God.
it in 17 days.
Talaga ba?
Yeah.
17 days?
17 days. Ilang days kayo sa Big Bird?
We had 12, dude. And it wasn't
okay,
even that important. Parang 15 pa nga eh. I think I was just involved in 12. Parang 15
That's
days
so
siya.
quick.
No,
for
sure.
17.
Yeah, dude, films get made in like 8 days here.
Okay.
Yeah,
May mga 8 days,
yeah.
6 day films dito. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dati may pito-pito. No, they were called pito-pito because they were shot in 7
7
days.
days, yeah.
And now, may
no?
ganun pa rin.
Isang
Mga-
linggo,
yeah.
no? Oo.
How tired were you during those shoots?
I
Like,
was tired.
yung sobrang coffee, like may 5 cups sa harap mo or something.
No naman, no.
Oh.
Pero our crew really worked overtime. Si Erickson, our production designer,
Yeah.
had 3 units setting up all at the same time.
Kasi period
It was
piece, yeah.
intense on it was intense on all of the departments. Like things you don't really even notice or would even think. Like for example, we did a shooting schedule. And because we had to shoot everything in 17 days, we had the actor schedules to take into consideration. And so we made a schedule. My assistant director, Bea Fabros, did. And up comes the hand of our costume designer. And the costume designer, Steve, says, at kailan naman kami maglalaba?
Nalimutan.
Nakalimutan lang. No, but nga. Dude, so yeah, and you have to, it was crazy.
That was a thing when we were in Thailand. Parang
Yeah.
every day, our costume designer came to my room and then magubad ka na, talabang ko na yung damit mo. Because we had like running scenes. It was all exterior shots sa Thailand. So parang the amount of like, tsaka also instant because parang I had a lot of running scenes and nahirapan ako.
How miserable were you?
Oh,
by
yeah,
the way?
terrible.
You didn't have
Niyakap ako ni Direct Victor.
No body
after.
double for the running scenes.
No
They
body
couldn't
double.
find someone that.
No body double. They could have, pero wala. Walang.
They couldn't stitch 2 people together. In one shot.
Or get 2 kids and then stack them all up on each
Or
other.
nagpuppet na lang sila ng haystack na t-shirtan or something.
Request ka na baka pwedeng CG na lang.
There was a point in time like sila Patty and si great producers, si Patty tsaka si Yana.
Patty and Yana.
Yeah, and then they saw me na hindi na ako makalakad. And they were like testing like a dolly for me to sit on and then just parang like fake.
Oh no.
Parang ganon in the
Oh,
background
no.
and I saw them parang testing it. Saka parang that seems more dangerous.
That's so mortifying.
Pero that's how they're like sobrang, yun yung maganda sa Filipino set. They're all on point. So I had my pants adjusted. So it was 2 days of running scene. So parang nahirapan ako tumakbo, di ba? The next day, they had it adjusted and I could run properly. So parang sobrang ano lang nila.
The
Ang bilis lang
magic
nila.
of film.
Oh, galing talaga. Sobra. It's so much urgency to just adjust pants. You couldn't even do that pag pumunta ka sa professional alteration people. Pwede ba bukas to? Ha? Tangina mo. Pero sa film, everybody's
so
doing ano.
Red like surprised himself as a savant.
Hindi naman.
In
Sobrang
film,
ano.
eh. Iba-iba kasi pag walang guest sa podcast. Pitch mo
Uh-uh.
nga sa kanya yung
Ayoko!
Sige na!
Wait, what's your pitch?
Si Pepe.
Ayoko,
Go Red.
ayoko, bahala ka. Hindi, pero sige, fine. Dahil biniring up mo.
Sige.
I do have a historical comedy film na ilang beses nang shoot down ng mga taong pinagpitchan ko just because they said, period piece, mahal yan. Ganon. Tsaka hindi siya worth it gawin kasi ang bobo ng gagawin mo eh. So, we had like a concept called Pepe when Rizal was still a boy. So, it was more of like a coming of age film. Di ba parang, I'm drawing on this parang fact na ladies person siya. Ladies man siya. And I guess mahilig siya kumantot. So, nung time na yun,
At
parang
what age?
inisip ko,
How old is
this
he?
is like high school.
High
I guess.
school, okay.
Inisip ko parang, bago siya umalis for Europe, to do the Europe studies. Parang, shit, kailangan ko makakantot. Parang yun lang yung...
I need to get laid before
Yun
high
na get
school.
laid before going to Europe. Parang ganun.
I think it's a great concept.
Tapos for some reason, nandun yung Jack, si Apolinario.
That's where it gets stupid. That's where it gets stupid. Na parang, sino yung ibang characters? Sila Andres Bonifacio. Like, friends ba talaga sila? Hindi.
No, but I wish we had more historical films that were not tied to historical figures. Like, did you guys see Shogun, the series?
Oh, yeah.
The first episode was really good.
Is that real?
No, it's
Oh,
it's fictionalized versions of real life characters.
Yeah.
But fictionalizing the characters makes you more free to tell a really great story.
Tama.
diba?
Yeah.
So I think I mean that's a great
Yun
example.
yung mainisip namin na parang may mga gags kami na andun si Apolinario Mabini, side character lang siya. And then he's like a star athlete. Tapos parang there's always a scene na matatapilok siya sa maisip ng mga tao, kaya siya napili. And then the next scene okay lang siya.
Walang continuity.
Walang continuity. Parang naglalakad pa rin siya. Parang every time may para sa dulo parang nabaril na siya sa tuhod, parang ganoon. Wala pa rin.
May scene doon yung mag-best friend si Emilio at si
Andres Bonifacio until they find out na nililigawan nila isang babae. Yeah. I make compelling shit, man. So yeah. Sabi ng director ng GOMBURZA, okay daw. Producers, alam niyo na kailangan yung bigyan niyo lang ako ng pera. Ha? Yun lang yun. Pero yun, I pitched to like a couple of studios na parang I think they were expecting really smart stuff from me.
Oo nga. Netflix, the guy who may Netflix special ka siya. I don't think na sobrang bobo naman.
I think word got around na parang don't listen to this guys.
Did you pitch it to Netflix?
No, I didn't. Pero I pitched it to I think I pitched it to MavX, which they liked it, pero I don't think they liked it enough na matuloy siya that way kasi I really wanted to be stupid. I pitched a bunch of stupid stuff, man. Like meron akong film project called Ang Amo Kong Alien, mga ganong klase, which is like a 50 Shades of Grey type of thing.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I was
like a
expecting something along the
sex
lines
thriller.
of Koke.
Sex thriller pero with aliens and stuff like that. So,
Amazing.
mga ganun. So, yeah, actually kaya ka namin ginest was like, get the word
raise our
around.
stock.
Get the word around na may mga taong may concepts dito.
Kailangan mo lang is a really great pitch deck.
That is true.
Yeah.
that is true. The things that
And
I
I
do
heard
in
from
Google
someone,
Slides does
you
not
need to
work.
have the script written out na daw.
I
Which
had-
is the hardest thing to do.
I had an artist friend.
Yeah.
Like, sorry. I had an
This is the
artist
concept
friend
art
na-
for this sex alien.
Nagpa-drawing lang ako ng tentacles. Just to, explain to them that it's not a normal person.
50 Shades of Bleep, bro.
Oh, God,
But
it's so
no,
bad.
there is potential in that. I mean,
Thank
if
you so
Under the Skin with ScarJo.
Oo nga,
Under the Skin
yeah.
worked.
Oh, grabe. That's
So,
all.
Syempre, before this interview, can you talk about your past movie before GOMBURZA? Because I was trying to research. I didn't find the name of the film, but it was an experimental film. Can you talk a bit about that?
But I
Yeah.
made 3 films before
Yeah.
GOMBURZA. The first
2008, the very first one.
Yeah, the first one to 2009.
9.
The title's Encuentro. It's about it was in Cinemalaya. It's an independent film about these 2 brothers who were being chased by Death Squad. So
Oh,
we
wow.
made this. It was inspired by what was happening in Davao and what happened. 2009.
Yeah.
When he was still mayor.
Mm.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're all familiar with.
Yes. Yung ano pa siya, local ano pa lang siya, local phenomenon pa lang siya ng time na yun.
Yeah.
And he took it to the
Yeah.
national stage.
did.
when
He really did.
He really did.
He really scaled up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, ah.
Crazy.
Pero, yun nga, sorry. Going back, we haven't heard from him, sorry. What was the kind of films that you want to do now?
Oh, now.
Yeah.
So my first film was about that, and the second film dealt with parang grief after a tragedy, like a typhoon.
Okay.
And then the third film was about an experimental film about fraternities.
Oh, hazing.
Mga hazings.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to make films that have something to do with society. May something, may sinasabi, more or less.
Yeah, may message.
But I want to, moving forward, do that in a more like genre approach. Have a more genre approach to it. I'm working on a horror film now.
Hell yeah.
but yeah, that's still writing. It's hard. It's
Okay.
hard
It's
to
hard,
write. It's
yeah.
hard to write.
Oh, it's
But yeah.
super hard to write.
But I spent the whole of last year just developing just the treatment, just like the 10-page treatment. So I'm happy with it. So now I have to write a more detailed sequence, something. Yeah.
Is that a usual process of yours? Parang you develop talaga scripts muna and then you don't take up like other scripts and then...
No, I also do.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, actually I'm working on one now.
You know, di pwede
More on
reveal. Di pa pwede reveal.
Mm. Can actually.
We don't
I
pala eh.
want to.
You
Yeah.
don't, you don't
No,
have
no,
to.
no.
I mean,
Am I being no?
if,
No,
if, if the number 145th podcast in the
Yes,
Philippines
the
doesn't
Yeah. No,
it's
hindi,
not
kako,
suitable
80 na
for it.
tayo.
80 na ba
80?
tayo?
Hey, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, we'll get higher
Well,
now.
for number 80, yes.
Buti
no,
na lang.
but honestly, so yeah, we mentioned Himala a
Yeah.
while ago.
Oh, you're gonna remake it?
No, I would never.
Himala
But,
2.
Parang hirap yun ah. Oh,
Back
okay.
to
Sorry,
school.
go ahead.
no, but so there was a musical version of Himala written by Ricky Lee.
Yeah.
And with music by Vince De Jesus. And this has been staged many times over the last 20 years.
Was it staged in Power Max Center?
It was staged in Power Max Center
Yeah.
before the pandemic. Excellent cast.
Yeah.
Very well received. They had a rerun. So I am working on a film version of the
The
musical.
Himala musical.
And we got the blessing of Sir Ricky and working with Vince De Jesus, who wrote the music.
Oh, Vince De Jesus wrote the music pala. Oh,
That's
I got
Vince.
to work with him at some point nung advertising career ko. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super great. And hope to get the cast of the play back.
Talaga?
together
Original cast?
And yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
Damn. Medyo pressure yun ah.
It is pressure. It's pressure. But no, the thing is, the musical is different from the film. For me, fundamentally different from the film. Because the
Okay.
film centers on Elsa,
Yes.
Yeah.
at the guy's character.
Yeah.
The musical is more multi-character. It's more about the town, actually.
Oh, really?
And so there's more of, because you're focusing on people around Elsa, there's more of a questioning of her. There's more of a questioning of, is she for real or not?
Yeah.
Ooh,
And it's really more about how she affected this entire town. How it wasn't just Elsa who changed, but the entire town as well.
Wow.
So it's fundamentally different. For me, it's exciting, but yeah, pressure also.
And I think makukuha mo rin yung generation that would watch that and then babalikan nila yung Himala ni
Ishmael. And other
yun.
guy, yeah.
Yeah. So parang man, that's a big undertaking.
It is. It's the work of the film. It's the work of 3 national artists.
Exactly.
Sir Ricky, Sir Ricky Lee, Ishmael Bernal,
Yeah.
and Ategay, Nora
Yeah, yeah.
Honor. But yeah, I'm so happy that Sir Ricky. I'm a Ricky Lee baby. I workshopper ako ni Sir Ricky.
Oh yeah.
So when I one of these recently, just a few weeks ago, texted him and said, Sir Ricky, may chance man na nagagawa na pa nito. Pwede ba?
She is
And he
such
said
a
yes.
giving personality. Parang, sorry kung medyo sidetrack ka, pero he parang talagang gusto niyang na you know, take care of like the generations after, because he just does workshops for free, di ba? Parang ganun.
Yeah, he does workshops for free. He welcomes us into his home.
Yeah.
He feeds us
Intense,
for Saturday, Sundays for a good 2 months, and he's workshopped so many people.
Yeah.
And he's always there. He's the first, I think, real mentor that I had.
Yeah.
When you take his workshop, it's like you feel the generosity, you feel the kindness, which doesn't happen a lot in this industry.
This industry, yeah. Ang dami.
That's true.
Tsaka yung parang alam mo yung
Lalo na sa comedy, like, yung mga iba yung kupal eh.
ang daming I'm
Name
just gonna sidestep this issue. Hindi ko kasi siya binabayaran.
Okay lang.
Okay lang naman. Pinapakain ko naman siya ng
Coffee?
Ng coffee.
Starbucks?
Pinapakain ko yung yelo sa'yo. Hindi ko binabawi yung yelo. Hindi.
I
Pero
hope
yun-
may share ka naman ng mga the big bucks that this podcast makes.
Nobody tell Anton we're making money. No, we don't make money.
You don't make money.
This is the podcast. Parang ito yung parang pinaka bottom of the barrel ng entertainment industry.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Comedy.
Wala akong kinikita sa podcast. Woo! Hindi, okay. Sorry. And then, So talagang there's no chance of you doing like a very light-hearted, walang ano. Talagang gusto mo may ano talaga. That's a really
Pwede naman kasi lighthearted pero may something.
may something talaga.
May something.
Oh man,
I
that's
don't
such a
I would say, like, for example, the first Iron Man had a great, like, social, political message, actually.
yeah.
Like, the first Iron Man, like, they thought all this time na yung kalaban nila were, like, the Middle Eastern,
Yeah,
quote-unquote, Arab
And it's
terrorists. And it turns out it's them.
Ay, kinuha
What?
niyo, tinignan niyo yung missiles, sa may naka-Stark logo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yun naman yun.
That. Yeah.
And they also kind of like remained at the same time ginawa nilang relevant yung origin story ni Tony Stark in contextualization to like what was that? When was that released? Like 2015 or something like that?
Dude, hindi.
No.
That was old.
No.
Old na ba?
Yeah, it was 2010s.
Last, yeah.
Yeah.
So, pero after na ng Afghanistan war, di ba? Like
Yeah.
parang
Yeah, but Afghanistan was 2004, diba? 1,
Oo,
2, 3, 4.
oo nga.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, so matagal na. Pero yun, parang kinintextualize sila doon. Kasi tagal na ng origin ni Iron Man, di ba? Parang ganun. Oh man. So like that. Parang
Yeah,
meron
yeah.
pa ring ano,
Yeah.
meron pa ring something.
I'd love to do a love story also one of these days.
Oo nga no. Parang ikaw lang bang walang love story na
Wala pa. No, but I do. I have. Because I for a while made Kwentong Jollibee. Short films?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did those, the Valentine ones.
Oh, yeah. I
That's
remember
fun.
those.
What
I love them.
was the one that you did?
So I in the first set I did an episode called Date. So it was someone about a kid who's setting up a Valentine's date for his mom, and he sets
know
up,
this.
He
I
sets
know
up the jolly. Well, this is not. It's not light, but yeah, he sets.
God.
He puts flowers on the floor. He sets the table.
Why?
He puts the chicken joy on the table,
Okay.
and then we hear his dad instructing him on what to do.
What
and then
to
his
do,
mom
yes.
comes and he sits his mom down, and he puts a cell phone in front of the mom, and it's revealed that the father, who's been narrating the whole time, has unfortunately passed away.
Jollibee!
But this was
My commercial
years
was
ago.
just me eating.
You're a chicken joyer.
Yun lang. Yun lang yung commercial ko. Kala ko parang magiging deep yung campaign na, oh no, we just need you to come in and eat the chickens, Red.
and enjoy
And
the chicken.
enjoy it.
Yeah, you do some like I remember you doing like nung COVID, like I read you did something for free for para
DOH?
DOH para ipakita yung COVID. Am I saying this right?
To show COVID. No, yeah. No, COVID. To spread the COVID.
I'm fucking idiot.
I'm gonna next time na we have a guest over, di natin pa-research. you fucking gravitate on the weirdest shit.
He just did something positive.
I know, pero sige.
No, yeah. At the start of the pandemic, we like did a bunch of PSAs on us.
Yes.
Very happy now we were able to get Ding Dong,
Yeah.
Melai, and Jody
Oh.
to do these PSAs with
Nice.
the DOH. Yeah.
Pro bono.
Meron ka bang like dream person to work with? Mhm.
Pero
Pero wag ka ma-pressure, you don't have to tell na kami. Excluding na kami, direct.
excluding you guys on the historical film about the sex life.
First Awakening.
First Awakening.
May scene na nagpapagawa silang dick pics kay Juan Luna, by the way. What's up? What's up? Fund me! Sorry. Oh,
So
go
na
ahead.
si Marcelo H nag-iossi tapos umuubo parate.
Teka. Okay. Anybody you want to work with that you want, like, kahit anong actor, DOP, or
dami,
writer?
dami. I don't know. Yeah, ang dami. Like, yeah. Super, it's really the best. It's really the best.
Give me like a couple names.
There's a film that I want to do in my head with Ate V.
Oh. Wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild na she's still like
Yeah.
doing it, no?
No, of course. Ate V's great.
Lifer siya, no?
Vilma
Yeah.
Santos?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she rules.
Ang daming lifer.
Sobrang
hindi
kilig yung
napansin-
nanay ko sa love
Yeah.
team nila with Edu Manzano dati. Yeah, yung nanay ko, like sobrang.
Feeling ko, well, totoo naman silang
Yeah,
nagkaanak sila, di ba?
Yeah.
Sa utak ko parang, di ba nagkaanak sila?
They were more than a love team.
What are you talking about? They're not a love team. They had a child together.
I forgot.
Teka, parang ito yung realization ko. Isang time na I got to work with Yung film ni Victor Anastasio sa Fruitcake coming up. Wait, next week.
Yeah,
I
next week.
think.
I'm going to the premiere.
Oh yeah, I
next
won't be.
Well, I will represent you.
Thank you.
Are you there?
I'm there. I shot 2 days with them, so I have a very small role. Tapos parang I got to work with si Joshua tsaka si Jane Oineza. And then I just asked her parang randomly sa tent, parang gano'n ang tagal actress. Parang since I was like 7, parang gano'n. And I'm like, a lot of the dudes and the people that we work with sa film, they're all lifers, bro. Like parang, when I say lifer, ako yabang ko. Start ako comedy 17 eh. That's late.
Like si Enrique started really young, di ba?
Parang 15.
Yeah.
Di pa nga, medyo late pa nga si Enrique.
Okay.
A lot of the people like yung mga nag-going bulilit and then transition into like a full-time actor.
I
Intense,
worked with Shaina Magdayaw. She's a good friend, but she started out very, very early. Yeah.
Everybody is like, tawag dun, para pag nakita mo yung mga actresses now that have grown old, people forget na parang they've been there for a long time.
Yeah. And they've done stuff.
Yeah.
They've done stuff. Not like
Through rough shit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
No. One time we played for Shaina her song from when she was a child. She has a song. It's on Spotify called Chicharon.
As in her song?
It's called Chicharon.
Okay.
And it's about how much she loves
Chicharon. Okay.
And
Been a long career.
a very long career. But no. But yeah. No, but she just laughs about it. But yeah, they've been doing it for such a long time.
It's such a, ang dami na nagawa. Parang all these people na famous, they went through a lot of shit, man. Like sobrang like, may isang time we were promoting Big Bird, we were walking sa Poblacion, and then they were playing a song specifically. Tapos yung pala may album pala si Enrique at some point in
What?
time.
Yes, now. I only know him as an actor.
Parang ganon. Tapos parang may isa siyang sinasabi na, uy, Ken, no, pinapatugtog ni Lena. So ako, I had no idea what it was. Like parang, yeah. Sabi ko, ano, kanta mo yan? Sabi ko, oh yeah, bro, may song ako before. Parang ganon.
The thing is Red, if you want to like really get into showbiz, you have to have an album.
Oh, no.
So
Everybody has one,
Yeah,
right?
so what
Manny Pacquiao
are your
has
plans
one.
for?
Wala.
Well, you have an album sa Spotify, di ba?
But that's a stand-up album. That's not a song. Everybody wants me to, parang, yun din parang everybody is so impressed with singing, kahit anong mangyari. So sometimes I do this joke, and then I kind of sing to act out the joke. And then sometimes I don't get laughter. Parang people are like, yeah, parang ganun. It's like, no, please laugh. It's not an impressive thing. It's such a common thing. So, yeah. When we do that, Jose Rizal film,
There should be a song. There has to be a song tie up.
By
Dapat.
Greyhounds.
by Beanie, pare.
Oh, Beanie.
Tapos nakabarot saya sila. God damn it, give me money! God, please.
Ako si Pepe. Ako'y taga.
Parang ganun.
Second floor. Sobrang.
Oh my God. Sobrang nag-deteriorate na yung conversation natin into terrible things. Kanina yung mga tech na yun, parang matapos na kayo, please. Anong time natin, guys? Sorry. Where are now? Okay, where we can wrap up.
You met your quota.
We met our quota na. Everything. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was fun.
GOMBURZA is on Netflix. And will be there for I know how many long, because I'm also doing business with Netflix, so I know how their licenses work. Pero they're gonna be there for a long time. Watch it, but wag mo sabihin, wag mo sabihin, matagal pa pala, wag natin panoorin.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
It's a great movie, man. And then also Pepe Diokno. Please follow him on where do you want to get followed?
Instagram.
For all of the projects and all of the great things you will do. Remember na nag-guest ka dito sa Bago Matulog.
Remember the Titans.
The number 80 podcast in the Andre, wala mo pa promote?
So sa June 22, Wicked Dogs, I'll be headlining a show with Alexio and Ray.
Oh yeah.
And other comedians. Sold out na yung show.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't get tickets to that.
Yeah.
Oh man, we can hook you up.
Really?
Don't worry. Yun. Parang kilala. Ito yung producer. Andito.
Well, yung show namin hindi pa sold out. So you
Sa'yo
can...
mo sold out ka na.
Hindi, kayo ang sold out.
Wait, I thought you guys were all
di ba
playing
ang
together.
gulo niyo? No.
It's a separate, like, so June 22, Red has a show. Sa June 22, I have a show then sa ibang place. So this is at BGC Wicked Dogs. Plenty of tickets available.
It's like a music festival, but with stand-up.
Yes.
So all like events happening at the same time.
Yes.
Now that always happens. Lalo na pag Sabado,
Yeah.
we always do like separate venues kasi ano na ang dami ng comedians eh.
Yes, there are a lot.
And
Like stand-up is parang on the upside kasi ang dami ng gusto
I don't
maging
want to
komedyante.
jinx it.
I have a question. Do you guys think that stand-up is
No.
that it comes naturally to our culture? Because I usually associate stand-up with the Americans that
Yeah.
we see.
Yeah.
Yeah, question.
It makes sense.
Wow, what a great question.
Yeah. Well,
To round off the episode,
in our culture,
may expose kami as terrible artists. Ang hirap no, Andren?
kasi yes and no kasi in the end gusto na as a Filipino gusto magpasikat inherently yung mga Pinoy gustong i-express yung sarili nila. Pero no, in a way dito yung culture kasi Filipinos lalo na when you post your shit online, akala nila madali lang gawin eh. So there's a balance of ba't ako makikilig sa kanya? Mas magaling pa ako dyan eh. Parang ganun.
I get you.
Yeah.
I would say to touch on parang medyo gusto natin magpapansin. I think repressed tayo. I have a boss na writer before sa advertising. And then when she was writing the manifesto for It's More Fun in the Philippines, meron siyang line na
I know what agency you.
BBDO. And then her line was, we spent 300 years in the convent and 50 years in Hollywood.
That was in your case video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they put it. Okay, hindi ko alam, akala ko it didn't make it.
No. I don't think it made it.
But I saw it and then I was like, wow, that really explains us na parang, okay, we went through like, don't express, we're not allowed to express, blah, blah, blah. And then 50 years na parang, whoa, America! Diba?
Yeah.
You can wear suits and be educated and do a lot of things. So parang, in a nutshell, parang naging ganun tayo. We're really repressed people. But we kind of like admire a lot of the glitz, the glamour. Grabe tayo mag-idolize ng mga tao and everything. So parang, it really takes a lot for someone to go up on stage. But once you kind of like accept na parang, I am a performer, I am an artist, I am able to do these things, that's when it comes, parang may hump lang. And then yung pagka-natural mo as a performer because you're a Filipino, that will take over.
Yeah.
So may hump lang tayo. It's not like parang American dream, pursue it. Yeah, mas may malaking hump lang tayo because feeling natin as a culture parang artistas get chosen.
Yeah.
We have that parang siya yung nasa ABS, siya yung nasa GMA.
Yung sinabi nga nila,
Yeah.
sobrang tama na yung sinasabi ng magulang mo, huwag ka mag-stand out. Huwag ka maingay. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Huwag kang
Yeah.
pagtatawaran ka na, sasabihin na abnormal ka. If you ever want to dress differently, it's kind of weird.
And that level of repression, I think, is essential sa development ng ating career.
Yeah.
But yun,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Good point.
What a great question to like, I hope people stuck out and then parang ma-realize sila, hindi pala bobo yung kasama ni Pepe Diokno sa dulo.
Mga fat comedians na yung kasama niya.
But yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
Thank you.
You're all, dude.
Andren, sign us off.
Guys, pwede na tayong matulog.
Uy, wow! Natapos niya yung podcast episode.
Blabidi-di, pare.
Ay, isa ka sa mga taong nagtatapos ng episode. Tapos, gusto ko lang sabihin, hindi naman sila nagagalit kami. Napanood nyo to ng libre.
Yes.
Tama ba?
At hindi tayo kumikita sa podcast, di ba, Red?
Tama, hindi kami kumikita sa podcast. Pero kung gusto nyo kaming kumita at bumalik at we keep doing these free episodes, sana manood kayo ng stand-up comedy shows namin. Pumunta kayo sa
comedymanila.ph
comedymanila.ph para makita ang schedule ng shows ng Comedy Manila across the Philippines.
Guys, at hindi ko kayo satisfied sa show, ibabalik ni Red yung pera nyo. 100% money back guarantee.
Hindi yun totoo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
comedymanila.ph
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.